Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Israel has launched a probe into an IDF soldier who filmed himself calling for a mutiny if the government pulls out of Gaza. The masked man, in military gear, addresses Prime Minister Netanyahu and says the IDF will not hand the keys to Gaza over to any entity. Standing in what appears to be a destroyed building in the ravaged Gaza Strip, the soldier threatens mutiny within IDF ranks if victory against Hamas isn't achieved. He tells Yoav Gallant, defense minister, to quit as he rages against allowing any Palestinian body to control their own land in Gaza after the war. The rogue soldier, whose video was shared by Netanyahu's own son Yair, is now subject to a criminal investigation. An Israeli military spokesperson said, the behavior in the video is a serious violation of IDF orders and IDF values, and constitutes a suspicion of criminal offenses. IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi has also ordered army commanders to speak to their subordinates about the video, covering all ranks, because of the severity of the incident. The soldier, speaking in Hebrew, begins by claiming, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, the video is for you. We reservist soldiers do not intend to hand the keys over to any Palestinian authority. We do not intend to give the keys to Gaza to any entity, Hamas, Fatah, or any other Arab entity. We do not intend to give the keys to Gaza to any entity, Hamas, Fatah, or any other Arab entity. The anonymous soldier threatens that 100,000 reservist troops will line up along the Gaza border and refuse to move. He says they will call on Israeli citizens to join them there and form a barrier, if the government removes its armies from war-torn Gaza. By Fatah he means the Palestinian Authority, a government body with Hamas representatives that is active in Gaza and the West Bank, although secondary to Hamas in terms of power. The PO publicly backs a two-state solution, but the Israeli government has so far refused to discuss putting them in place in Gaza after the war ends. Netanyahu has said before that he is not prepared to switch from Hamastan to Fatistan. The soldier, presumably a reservist, continues, reservist soldiers are behind you and we want to win. Yoav Gallant, you can't win the war. Quit. You can't command us. The rant continues. You cannot win a war. Resign. You cannot win the war, you cannot command us. He then warns the PM, we will listen to one leader, and it is not the Minister of Defense, and it is not the Chief of Staff, it is the Prime Minister. Think carefully to whom you intend to give the keys after this. Our brothers and sisters did not die for nothing, weren't raped for nothing, and were not slaughtered in their beds for nothing. The video comes after Israel was told to immediately cease its operation in Rafah, a southern part of the Gaza Strip where countless Palestinians were sheltering. The ICJ said the humanitarian crisis in Rafah had deteriorated further, with the situation now disastrous. International Court of Justice President Nawaf Salam said, Israel must immediately halt its military offensive. The global court accused Israel of limiting aid to Gaza, which they deny. Chief ICC prosecutor Karim Khan had requested arrest warrants for both Netanyahu and Gallant for alleged war crimes in the Strip. Hamas leaders were also included on the request for international warrants. After more than 6 months of war in Palestine, UN figures say more than 30,000 people have died, including over 12,000 children.